Alright, you guys wanted me to do more regular content? Well, here I am, just fresh out of work, fresh out of a good old 10-hour shift. Looking like a piece of junk if you consider my current facial hair situation. But we are going to be placing in first. And I don't even need to, yeah, I don't even need to think or look at it more than that. Yeah, so when you're first and you see a board with a 8 and two 11s on ore, with wheat, with a 3-to-1 guaranteed, with a brick port, that is your definitively correct first choice, regardless of any other circumstances. Yeah. Gonna stand by that. Hope you guys are having a great morning or night wherever you are in the world, and I hope my fan background noise is not too terrible. I'm gonna drop the speed of it a little bit, so hopefully it catches a little bit less in the background. For those that are unfamiliar, I currently I have two rooms, so I have like a room where I sleep, clothes, bed, all the traditional shit, and then I have this room which pre-house construction, the two rooms were actually one giant room, but now this is kind of like an effective office. And what's cool about it is it's completely boarded up by wooden planks. Now these planks, the actual walls are kind of beat up, but it's kind of fun because it's not like soundproof, but it's sound resistant. The only downside is there's no sun and no air. So I run this one little fan beside my computer that essentially is the entire airflow for this room. So I generally like, and I hate to say it, I'm only 25 now, but I don't have it in me to play more than an hour or two of anything on my computer in a row. Partially because of the room, but also partially just attention span, right? So I try not to get overheated, but in this room it's very easy to with no airflow and no sun. So, and I'm not running air conditioner. Freaking air conditioner in Hawaii, man. Like I'll run it for special events or occasions, but if you're asking me to run an air conditioner regularly in Hawaii, like my bill for electricity would probably be more than some of y'all pay for rent. That's not a exaggeration on that front. A couple of things in the background too. I kind of want to play a little bit with the stream settings. You know, customize some of the audio, make it a little bit more professional for you guys. But the background, you just have a little curtain. This is like a spare bed that pretty much nobody ever uses, and then I have a couple of dice thrown bags and play mats over there that I'm looking to sell and exchange. So, got a good old pillow here for my back because I got great problems with that. And given the fact that I really should be going to bed soon, but here I am playing Catan, we have ourselves our favorite go-to. Of course, you got to stay awake for these types of things, right? Both awake and preferably less cranky, because I'll be honest with you, I I can get pretty irritable, and Catan is not necessarily the best thing to play if you're in a bad mood. I always tell people my concept is because I'm on like I think a 3 or 4 loss in a row streak right now, which kind of sucks. So no wins, 3, 4 losses in a row. My philosophy is if you if you lose 2 games in a row, take a break because you're not like almost. I can almost guarantee that if you lose 2 games in a row and you continue to play, you're just going to keep getting more and more frustrated. Because like one loss you can toss up to bad luck or like a misplay or two, but if you're losing 2 in a row, even if it's not your fault, most of the time it is if you lose 2 in a row, but you just need a break in some capacity, you know? Whether that's, traditionally for me, it's the whole day if I lose 2 in a row, but sometimes I'll just take like a half day break. Like if I play right now, like, and then I wake up, you know, or something along those lines. See, this is not like, I prefer this like frosty cold, but because I pulled it out of the fridge and I had to catch a good old 45-minute bus home, it's like not warm, but it's not like chilly either. It's like slightly colder than room temp. They throw it with some ice, but if you throw it with ice, you know what I mean, then you get some water in there. It's kind of a little bit gross, a little bit gross. We haven't even looked at the board yet, and I apologize. I know you guys are here for Catan. You're not here for my personal life. Yeah, so this is kind of interesting because either way we bone black. But I kind of just see us running through this board. I will be completely transparent with you. I think it's just 6-5-12. I build to 11-12. I let black have this, and I always jinx myself. But this is probably one of, if not the best scenarios that I could have been left with. So let's just play it out, because Catan is a balancing game, a little bit of luck. But my setup initially just looks very devastating to the board. So, you look at your setup. What are your priorities? As the quote-unquote or wheat sheep player, your first priority is always going to be getting on a port or getting on a useful expansion spot. Given our options here, Brickport is not necessarily a bad thing to chase first. And some people might be confused on that. But the reason I say that is because we would be doubling up on the ore and kind of also giving us a utility to do the porting with the brick almost immediately. Now, granted, I will probably end up going to the 3-1 first anyway, but it does open up that as a possibility. So what we're looking at here as a or wheat sheep player, we need minimum 2 expansion spots, which should be checked. I don't see the 9-12 being contested unless orange cuts back. Same thing with these two. And then we're going to be looking at cities. So 2 cities preferably would bump us up to 4. 2 settles would bump us up to 6. And then you kind of just play around with that, I think. We're going to be looking at, obviously, army, maybe a couple of EPs here and there. But that's going to be our general game plan in terms of expansion. Unfortunately, the 8 rolls there, which sucks with the block. It's a good block for the table, which I think is why I'm going to have to go for the 3-1 first. But that would have given us a dev. And these guys are playing very, very slowly. You don't need to use your whole timer for... Yeah. All right. Moving along here. Let's go. But yeah, so we're going to be looking at a road settle on the 5. Second priority is going to be road settle to the 8. Third, we'll either interchangeably dev or get a city. And then fourth is where we start slamming the dev card deck. Issue I find that a lot of players would make in terms of a mistake with my present setup is a lot of people would just be spamming the dev card deck early. The thing is that a lot of people don't recognize when it comes to this early game stage. Trades are very flexible and very loose. As you approach mid to late game, your trade window cuts, especially in ranked where there's no communication. In that regard, that's why ports are even more important, because if you're stuck in an endgame situation where you can't basically perform any actions without help and you don't have a port, you can't help yourself, you know? So we pull 1 dev there to pull mono. The reason is I don't like passing with 6 cards. Obviously, mono is best case pull scenario in any given game. Coordinated 3s is interesting here for blue. I don't find their setup to be exceptionally strong, but after they settle here, you do have to respect the fact that it is coordinated 8s on 8 wheat and 8 ore, which means that every 8 that rolls is going to be giving them city materials. So blue's early game is a little slow, but after the settlement here, they're going to be cooking pretty strong. And they can also go to the 6-3. They have the sheep port here. In some aspects, their setup is actually the strongest. If we look at black, though, they're going to be grabbing this early expansion, which gives them a really nice 3-hex. But their game is going to be kind of dependent on how the 11 rolls. But the nice thing for black is they basically get road uncontested, because we never end up with road without crazy dev pools. And orange can't connect at all, and neither can black. So yes, they do make coordination on the 3s. I don't agree with that, Rob, but I'll just take it, because we're not doing anything here. They just want to test the dev, which I respect. We do have to eventually get trades, though, to get some wood down and get our game going. But with this few cards, there's no utility here to the table that we can offer or present. And there we go. So blue is going to start picking up really quick now. Coordinated 3s for roads, coordinated 8s for cities. Every roll they have is an effective, like, action, essentially. Black drops the settle. I mean, the main benefactor here is that we're going to be pacing from behind, because now we're effectively... Oh my god, I'm so sorry to you viewers. I know you guys hate it when I do that. That was by accident. We're effectively in last. What sucks, though, is they're going to hit the 8 regardless to hit blue. So it's really tough, I think, in the current board state. We really have to try to get these trades down and across. And I would rather not give anything to blue, to be blatantly honest with you. Yeah, no trades on the board. Blue accepted, but we're not trading with blue. Not unless I'm getting more value than that. They're looking at cutting the 6-3, which I respect. It's a good 3-1. If anything, though, I think I prefer orange getting there. I'm going to try to be greedy, because I don't think anybody else takes the 1-1s. I mean, I could take the 1-1, but the issue is that it's their turn, and they're, like, very much ahead, and I'm hit on the 8. Yeah, he's saying that I... Yeah, there you go. I thought he was table talking, but what he meant was that I should have done the trade with him. But the thing is, when you do a trade with someone on their own turn, it's much better for that person. It has more value because you're actually actionable. I'm not rolling jack right now, dude. Oh my lord, that's incredibly tough. I'm gonna offer the same deal. I don't think they do it now that they 7'd out. Because, like, I can take this stupid 1-1, but it really gives me nothing. It really doesn't. It's one road when a 5 ever decides to roll. Because we're not hitting it. Like, the 8s we hit were blocked, and then we haven't hit 5 yet. So it's a little frustrating. Because we might be dependent on what devs we pull. And I really don't want to use a Monopoly until we have a port established. But blue is seriously killing the table, and I don't think anybody else recognizes it. And then again, what sucks is we're going to be hit on the 8 permanently as a result of how much blue is kicking our butts. Which, it stinks because I have to city 8-5-10. Like, 6-5-12 city is just bad, you know? Like, it's crazy. Like... Because in an endgame situation, if you're playing from the perspective of orange and black, we have to keep the 8 perma pinned. You know what I'm saying? I have to dev here. I don't have another action I can complete. There's no brick on the board. Yeah. And let's see if blue has a knight. Thankfully, if they do, at least it doesn't go on our 8. Yeah, nice. I might have to actually aggressive knight. The reason being is that if blue is left unchecked for too long, their game just takes a jump. And I'm going to keep repeating that. But that's just because they have 4 3s and 8s, which any of those rolls, which 4s and 3s aren't great, but they're making 2 cards per roll now, effectively. Or per, I don't know, it's somewhere like 4 cards average orbit, I think. Someone could correct me on the math of that. But if you're making roughly 4 cards in orbit, if not more, it's really hard to compete. And effectively what we need to do is we need to pop. Well, we need to roll 5 so we can get a freaking road settle. But we need to pop until we pull a road builder or Year of Plenty. Because I really don't want to be using this Monopoly to perform like a 1-point action play. That would be like really bad for the table, I think. Okay. There we go. Unfortunately, it has to move. Let's get a little bit of insight on the dev card there from black. Yeah, they're gonna say interesting. I'm not looking to inquire in your table talk gesture, buddy. Trades are happening here. He's gonna lull, but it's truth. Yeah, we pull another knight. I don't know what he's laughing about. That's not wrong in the slightest. How I'm analyzing the board, because yes, orange has 9s and 10s, but I don't think it's as impactful. Although what I might do here, if I don't want blue to rob me back, they might. I might just rob orange, because, yeah, they're being a little ignored there, but it's freaking 8, bro. It's... Oh, actually, that's a guaranteed brick pluck from black, so I do have to move it aggro knight to the 8. And I could try to extort for another wooder brick. I'm going to be passive-aggressive, even though I want to say something meaner. I'm on camera, I can't.
you should be smart and realize we should keep the I'm not going to engage in this with this guy anymore. Yeah, he's saying we should keep the robber on the 11 ore. You're clowning, buddy. You're not tricking anybody right now. Play your other knight if you have one. Oh, wait, you don't, you donkey. I could be smart and just block the 11 when the 8 statistically rolls 2.5 times more and lets you build the city. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Let's do that. He's gonna fucking just hit the 8 again. Like, and that's the thing, right? Like, the setup that blue has doesn't look intimidating right now, but if these blocks are not happening on the 8 every single time, we just get crushed, and that's just a fact. So they're going to get frustrated because, yes, they're being robbed a lot, but it's justifiably so, because on a table that does not block these 8s, you have 2 open 8s and the dude just rolls through the board. Orange is going to get their 4th or 5th point down here, but we're all relatively on that pace. And even though blue has been robbed and hit every single time, they're still pacing army. They still have open settle. Like, it's definitely not a closed out game per se. And orange also 7s, because their difficulty as orange is going to be, how do they get the city, right? We already have one of the monopolies. They could gun for wood pork, but their game is so slow. Yeah, see, like, they could be on 6 here with longest road, which I think it puts them definitely above, it puts them above them, the other players presently. Let's see here if I can get a trade. I really don't want to waste this mono. There you go. There you go. Nice. Let's see if... Oh yeah, blue just rolls a 7, so they don't even have a knight. So blue has 2 nons. That's fun. It could be 2 VPs, could be RB. I don't really care. I'm going to get robbed as a result. That wood is valuable to us. I'm hoping I can steal it back. There you go, an unblocked 8 yet again. An unblocked 8 yet again. And black joins the race. See, I really don't like playing or wheat sheep with 2 settles down. It's so hard. I need at least the settlement here before I get completely hard stuck. Like, the issue is I need to pull... Like, we're not rolling 5s. I'll be honest with you. I can't... I have to complain because there's been no 5s this entire game. Like, it's a brick and a sheep for us, which allows us to settle when we pluck a wood, right? Which it's not happening. And it's such an important role that it's really devastating, I feel like, for the current state of the board and table. Yeah, he's going to 4-1. 3-1, excuse me. This time, though, I might hit black with the knight. I mean, it depends. It really depends. If I want the wood, it's going to be blue, but they're already, like, getting aggressive in table talk, so I really just have to consider the colonist ranked social element of having a game thrown by over-robbing someone despite them not being in a bad situation. But, I mean, army is pretty much safe. I don't see anybody realistically getting 3-4 knights here. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Blue. I agree with him on this. It's a toxic comment, but I agree. Dude's taking way too freaking long for a turn. But I am going to hit black this time. Okay. There we go. I just have to... So I have to pop another dev because really what I need to do is I really need to wait for a freaking 5 to roll, which is just not happening. Oh, my lord. I pull another VP. There we go. There's the 5. Now, the problem is I don't have another knight or another action card, and I don't think I get traded a wood cheaply. So This sucks. It sucks. Blue has confirmed 2 non-knights, possibly 2 VPs. And black, if they don't opt to move here. Yeah, so this dev deck is what we call cold, which means my odds of pulling anything that's not a knight is probably 10% or less. So at this stage of the game, unless somebody catches up on army, like pops like 2-3 knights, we're not even going to dev anymore. We have to try to get a trade into a settlement to get our 7th point. And the quickest way to win this game for us is 2 cities and 2 settlements. So the issue is, how do I get the frickin' wood for the settle? Because I'm going to have to coax somebody into giving me a trade there, is effectively what we're looking at. We have to hope that our 7 luck does not screw us, because with 3 non-knights, the second the robber goes here or here, we are in trouble. The issue is, like I said, we're not going to be getting cheap trades, and we might have to use this mono to get a settlement, believe it or not, which sucks, but it's going to come down to how the board reacts. So I don't know if orange is past playing, because I don't think they have a city. If they have a city, then orange probably jumps to first place here. Yeah, okay. Because orange is going to be getting road realistically. Black probably gets it long term, but orange gets it short term, because they're now just looking at 9s, right? So yeah, this is not great for us right now. I could mono for the settle, but it's so booty to do that. Like, I think I just have to hold. Like, we know that blue has, yeah, and they roll 7. I mean, it's good because they're going to junk cards, but there's a strong chance they're going to hit the 10 wheat, they're going to rob us, and they have a 1 and 3 in breaking our brick that has only rolled once, I believe, this entire freaking game. And it sucks because they're the person I would love to do wood brick trades with, but due to lack of 5s, we just don't have an option. That's a bad block. Yeah, that's a very weak block. Players will do this all the time. I want to make like a separate piece, like content thing on it, and they drop 2 roads defensively. Interesting. I want to make a content piece on that where a lot of people will just hit the number that has the most people on it, regardless of what it is or its impact to the board. So they had a Yop. Second card is either going to be VP or other Yop, because they elected to use roads instead of road builder. So important information there divulged by blue. But yeah. I'll make a separate thing talking about that, because people seem to hit numbers that are shared a lot, but have essentially no value, right? Again, I could perform a sheep mono for settle, but I think we just hold, pass and play. Nobody has a knight on the table right now, which is a little intimidating. I think the VP deck situation is pretty scuffed. Based on black's actions, I can assume theirs is a VP, blue's is a VP. I have 2. So you're looking at 1 VP, 2 RBs, 1 Yop, and 1 mono in the deck. Yeah, black is going to end up with road here to go to 8. So that's 6, longest road 8. They're looking scary. 9s are just over-rolling right now. We just rolled 3 9s in 1 orbit compared to our 1 5 this entire game. It might have been 2, but orange also now goes to 8 with 2 roads. Yeah, we need to get a frickin' trade, like, right now, or this game is going to close out. So I need to get a wood for the settlement, and then we need to play the Monopoly to get a city down, like, now. Like, right now. I probably even have to offer a 2-to-1 here, I think, is the only way we get this across. Come on, dude. See, this is what I was afraid of. We literally talked about this at the beginning of the video, and I made... it's the position I'm in. Nobody wants to trade because we're in mid to end game stages, and I can't do anything because I didn't get a city or a settlement. Oh boy, our production is terrible. We're gonna have to use a bad mono, I think. The game is just getting too... Yeah, and we just roll 9s repeatedly. Gonna have to be a sheep mono, probably. Yeah, we get very lucky that orange 7s, anything but a 7, even if it's not a favorable roll, puts them on 9 there. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Here we go, here we go. There's the oh, that could be the 5th VP with an open settle if they're lucky, or a Yop mono, which would be their absolute best case scenario. Please just trade me a wood here so I don't have to use a shitty monopoly. There we go. Yeah, sorry, Blue. I don't want to talk to you right now. The only reason Orange skyrocketed is the 9s. I think the 9s have rolled twice as much of any other number. And he still blocks the 5. You gotta be kidding me, dude. Oh my god. I can actually tell you, and you're gonna laugh at me, YouTube comment section, but literally any other hex of oranges is a better block than the 5. And that's not even an opinion, that's objective. Hitting the 2 wheat is actually a better block than the 5 right now. But the thing is, if I'm orange and I have a knight, I don't even play the knight. Like, this is such a poor block. Oh my lord. I would even agree, like, I'm not even exaggerating. The 2 wheat block is better than the 5 here. But I have to pray that orange has a knight, which, again, the pull odds of them having a knight there are 8 out of 12 cards left. I think there's 4 non-knights and 8 knights. So we're looking at, yeah, we're looking at really good odds that they pulled a knight there. And again, our problem here is we have to use the mono to get a city, and we've waited so long in this state of the in this state of the match, because effectively Orange's only way to win right now is a settlement dropping for 9, and they have to either pull the 5th VP or they have to get a second city down. So here we pass and hold. Again, we're waiting for a monopoly to drop a city. That is kind of all I'm doing right now. Orange is getting very scared. We have to play the mono now. Oh man, these rolls. 9 into 10 into 5. This is not looking good. Well, no. Orange's only way to win, again, they don't have the city. They could win on an 11. That is their only winning roll. Orange wins on a 11, possibly a 9. 11 or 9 on their turn will close it. But if they miss 11 or 9, they will get the 9th point and possibly have a victory point pull. But their odds of pulling that are like, I believe, 1 in... Probably like 1 in 9. Yeah, 1 in 9. But they roll a 10. Let's see. They have to do a city and a settlement, or they have to do a settlement and a VP pull, which is not great odds. I don't think they have outright city here. The city with 9 cards being only wood and wheat. Yeah, they miss it. They probably pull second knight. But again, if they pull Year of Plenty or Monopoly, which there's 1 of each left in that deck, we are in a cooked position. Rolling the 7 there is really, really bad. And the reason I say that is because I was actually considering monopolying the wood to perform a road settle to get these points down. Because at this point, I'm desperate. I don't think we have enough time to close out the game. I'm gonna make a comment. I'm gonna make a correct statement. I haven't moved the robber in like 10 orbits. Yeah, this guy needs to shut up. Anyway, we have to play this mono on wood. And when did I do that? So we have to... I think we city... Oh, no, we don't even have city. What the fuck? What am I doing? Yeah, I road settle. I think I have to road settle here because I have to close out with ores. How long... So the point I'm trying to make here is how long ago did that happen, right? He's talking about how... I think I have to pop a dev. I could drop a road, but the issue is that I think I need to re-hit orange and possibly play with the odds of a non-knight. Dropping the road just leaves me another settle spot, but then I have to also roll into a city. No, I can't take the risk. That is an arguably maybe good, maybe bad play. I have to get a city and a settle to close out the game. And the only way I can do that is if 5's and 8's pick up right now. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it. I agree. I personally think dropping the road here is safe because orange can't do this cut. I'll do it for any 2 cards. Any 2 cards here puts me in a good spot. They're on 7, and I don't mind putting them to 8. Yep. Okay. Because there's another chance they also pull a non-knight. Let's see. Orange has really good odds of a knight. Yep. We probably get robbed. That's okay. Okay. Fuck. We can't be hitting 4s right now. Blue can be fed road, possibly. The issue... Oh my god. This is frustrating. This is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. I would normally ask for insurance. Yeah, I have to pull a worthless knight because that's the only actions I can complete presently, and I have to get it off 8 to win. Fucking donkey. Like, oh my god. I can't with these people, dude. I literally can't. If this was an in-person game, around the neck right now. Around the neck right now. Because black could have 2 VPs. If black has 2 VPs, they win with 2 roads anyway. So that's why black doesn't want to feed blue the cut there. So it makes sense to take the road materials from the Or Wheat Sheep player who never gets road anyway. Black probably pulled the 4th VP, or excuse me, the 5th VP, and just wins with 2 roads. Yeah, imagine they pull 2 out of 3 VPs. Yeah, whatever, Blue. I'm not talking to you. You probably just pulled 2 knights, and now I get hit because he thinks I'm toxic. Yeah, game over. Like, what a joke. Oh no, he only has 1 VP. Okay, so his first dev was RB. He just pulled a fresh dev. The other one's a VP. So that's probably a knight. Knight down. But this is fine because presently now, I would say black is lead. And I think we have to roll first. Hell yes. Okay, we're playing with odds now. We need to pull... So we have city in hand. That's fine. We have the city in hand, which I have to take for the initial production boost. Because now we win the game with the settlement. And I think the rob is actually black, but if I leave orange unblocked, they still have to perform 2 roads and a city as their only completion action. Or 2 roads and pulling the last VP, which is incredibly poor value, poor odds to do. Because wheat just rolled, I think I have to hit the 11, which sounds really stupid. But the rob here on black, I don't know if it matters because they win with a city now. And I think I just have to pluck the card, regardless of what it is. It's a wood. The wood is probably the worst case scenario there, but I have to pass it. We just have to pray that black can't make a city, which I think they can. They just rolled into 3 sheep, 3 wheat. They have 1 other card, and they have 1 more dice roll to perform a city. I don't know what blue is doing. So blue got really mad at me because I didn't feed them road. And I'm trying to tell them repeatedly there is no goddamn brick on this board. Like, just read the chat logs. Hover your mouse where it says the bank is full. And he's getting frustrated that nobody's trading in brick. Nobody has brick, brother. I'm going to show you guys the stats on this 5 because I'm telling you, this game should have been won 15 minutes ago if the 5s rolled even averagely. See, I'm willing to help him get to 8 roads here. That's in my best interest. But he's just being too greedy. And he just ports. He's gunning for the settlement, so, like, whatever. Like, Blue played this game incredibly poorly. I think they would have won. All they needed to do was build on the sheep port and, like, go from there. But we're opening settles on 4 and 11, 12, and for what? So black has to miss a roll for the city and has to miss the VP. That might be it. So they have 6 wheat, 3 sheep, and 1 random card. It's a knight, depending on what they pull. If they pull the ore from us, we're cooked. Please! Miss! Okay, that might not be enough. That's, what, 6 wheat and 5 sheep in hand. And they only have 3 to 1s. They're short 1 card. They are short 1 card. Oh, and our only winning roll is a 5 and a 10. He has to pull the 5th VP. I don't think he has city. Miss. Miss. Nice. Okay. We need to roll a 10 or 5 for win, please. Gah! Okay, I don't need a table talk. They see it. They recognize it. Build 2 roads, Orange. Build 2 roads. What do you need for 2 roads? Nope. Nope, it's not. Yeah, well, what? Just ask for a trade for a road, Orange. Ask for a trade for a road. Oh my god. I am infuriated. All Orange needed to do was ask. I would have dumped my entire hand to give them a road there. I am going to internally scream right now. I have to pass. And Black probably pulled second Monopoly. No. Let's think. Black has mono or yacht and cities or win. If you can, you need to take road here. I'm burning ore so he can't just city. I have to take what the best sequence is, which I think is wheat, to burn. I have to burn it because if blue fucks up and then black monos all that the 3 ore that I just picked up, we lose. We can't afford to just pass there. I have 1 wood, 2 sheep. Okay, we got him on our side. Build a road, Blue. Build a road. Build a road and we are back in. Don't get greedy. You're on 6 going to 8. I don't mind putting you on 9. This is road and settle. I mean, again, 8 puts them on 9. They're going to have to do it. Okay. You know what? If they non-bind, I don't really care. They could be dirty monoing here as well. They're going to dirty mono ore, probably, if they have it. That would have been a very bluffed mono there, as opposed to a VP, if that's the case, because that was the first step they pulled since the beginning of the game. Yeah, he's gonna dirty mono ore. Stinker. I have 2 sheep. Trade. Port. Trade port. Blues, don't pass on 10 seconds. Please. If he dirty monos ore right now, I'm gonna flip my computer screen. Yeah, he definitely squeezed way more out of me than he needed to there. But that's fine. All we need is one fresh orbit here. We roll a 5 or a 10 to win. Don't care. Go ahead, rob me. Come on. We just need a settler city. Okay. Oh, that would have possibly been win. We know there's a last VP in the deck, and actually the odds of it are really high right now. They buy. If they bought the VP there, they now win with 2 roads. Please, just roll me a freaking 5, game. Oh, I can't ask for anything more. Orange takes road back. Please, one more. Oh, they pull. We don't want that. We don't want that. Okay. We're short a freaking card, and one of these players is gonna mono us, dude. Yeah. Any of them can win with road now. Oh my lord, that was win. You just didn't build on a port, Blue. And the issue is I have to keep feeding my hand or we lose. Me 1 wheat for 2 ore. Then 2. I should do it in the reverse. Bruh. What the fuck, dude? What? I don't have that. And it was a knight the entire time. Like, what are we smoking? And I lose the game with win in hand because we can port into our 10th point now. This is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. I can't, like, and nobody else is communicating. So I have one person that doesn't understand anything and 2 people that are playing their own game. Fuck. Fucking fuck. Like, I know this because I played 5,000 games, but when you have people that don't have this, it's... Oh my lord. Okay, let me calm down and I need to express the explicitly obvious fucking move there by Black, if you've played this game as much as I have. So, Black never moved this godforsaken fucking knight, right? Which means they have a VP. which also means when there's one Yop, one Mono in the deck, they have this many down they're not playing that they have Mono or VP. How do they win the game? They have a VP, they claim the longest road for the win, or they play a Monopoly, they rob our cards to build 2 cities, or they play a Monopoly and steal the wood brick from the non-existent 5 and build the longest road and win. On Blue's turn, I am willing to distribute my entire hand, because they did not opt to want to build on a port, to give them a road out of wood, out of ore and wheat. What does that do? Number 1, eliminates Black's possibility of getting the longest road. 2, eliminates cards from me and Blue's hands, preventing them from playing the Monopoly, thus eliminating entire possibility of Black winning the game that turn. If Blue does not perform the trade with me to take my free city out of my hand to extend 1 road, the only time we have a chance here is, I believe, if they had more than 7 cards, they 7 out, but they still play the Monopoly to build 2 cities regardless of that, right? So without longest road, they still have the game in hand with 10 cards. So then we look at Orange. Orange played the game fine, whatever, didn't communicate, didn't trade. But this was an incredibly frustrating game to play because Blue had such a strong setup. I recognized it, correctly robbed and blocked them early on, but they fumbled almost every single turn and then made mistakes like this where I'm clearly expressing what is happening and it happens. So yeah, I haven't been this mad at a ranked game in a while, but hopefully you guys can understand my frustration. Look at the fucking 5 stat. 3 5s in comparison to these 8s and 9s, right? If we roll 5 even 1 more time or 2 more times, this game is won 20 minutes ago. Like, and that's not an exaggeration. Assuming we have the settlement here, this game, in the city here, this game is won like 20 minutes ago with 1 more 5. But it just didn't happen. And you know what I like to do, guys? When I see dice that are this skewed, because when you take double 5s, and we were talking about how our setup is broken because we get brick port 3 to 1 port. This is what happens when you roll terribly and you don't have table balance. Let's go to our good old AI tool, ChatGPT, and I want to run a little fun thing for you here. What are my percent, or what are my chances of rolling only 3 5s, only rolling 3 or less 5s with 2d6s, 2d6s in 95 dice rolls? Don't show math, just the answer. So I want to show you guys something incredible, right? The statistical odds of this happening to somebody that doubles up on 5s with this particular busted setup, and the 5 rolling 3 or less times with 95 dice rolls, that only happens in less than 4% of games. So in 96%, I get at least 1 more, and I'm not great at math, I'm going to just spitball random things. 75% plus of the time, we win this game at least 20 minutes earlier. If 5 even rolls slightly average or even below average. But the roll in which it hit in this particular game, with the 4 overperforming and the 9 overperforming, like what can I do? my hands are tied, and my neck and my hands are also not only tied but around Blue's neck. So I'm going to upload this one, and I'll probably get some mixed reactions. I don't think a lot of you guys like watching emotional-based gameplay, but I think I played this game as calmly as I could, making optimal plays, while still getting punished at every corner. So, compose and settle down for the night is the Catan expression. But yeah, hopefully you guys understand my frustration there. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great night wherever you are. Stay safe and take care. Oh, by the way, Black had the Yop and Mono in hand, plus the VP. I was right on both ends.